it was a tight deadline, and there was a lot of artwork involved, and so I really couldn't focus on a whole lot of stuff. So I wound up, taking some time so that I could get that finished and get it done because everybody loves to pay bills. Speaking of which, let's get this started.
Like big butts and I cannot lie. You are the brother you can't deny. But when the girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round penny in your face, you get sprung.
Oh yeah!
So that's a little bit different this time around. Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Morning. You know, as soon as I saw that on YouTube, you were the first person I thought of was awesome. I was thinking, guaranteed he's getting this. Guaranteed he's getting that.
Which one are you talking about specifically?
The Elvis Presley doing.
Oh yeah, yeah. I like big butts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you miss that, Kitty? Awesome.
You can say yes with your thumbs.
And good morning, Andrew. It's good to have you with us. We've been away for a little while. I was telling Jaded that I had a commission that I had to get done, and it's a little bit of money, so it's worth having, worth doing. So, all right, yeah, Kitty's having a little issue there, so we're gonna do that. And now she's back, and she's still giggling, but we can't hear. Wrong cat. Wrong cat.
Hold up. Where? What? Anyway. Continue while I figure out things.
So a lot of things happened this week. The comic books came in. The first shipment of the 50 that are going to be signed and numbered came in this week, and I get to ship the first one out tomorrow when the post office opens. So for those who don't know about the comic book, let me just pull this up real quick.
I dig that music.
Oh, thank you. It's after July 3rd, so that scan does no longer work. That was a limited time opportunity. Good morning, Nico. Good to see you out and about, whatever time of the day it is where you're at.
Yes, the sun's still up here, kind of.
Yeah. Scuff Queen is here. Of course, that's understood. And everybody, the chat will carry on its own, and it's got a life of its own, which is awesome, I think.
Yes.
But Jaded had seen something that I saw, and I incorporated it into the intro this time around. I don't know if you guys caught that or not. It was Elvis singing "I Like Big Butts."
Was that what you were talking about?
Yeah.
You actually saw that? Okay. Where did you see that?
Well, on YouTube, it's what do they call themselves? There, I ruined it.
That's the same guys. Okay.
Yes, the same guys, and now they're experimenting with AI, having the AI change up what's regularly there and putting in something else. So,
I can't wait.
Hello.
Good morning, Warren. Good morning.
Hi, Warren.
Hey.
How are you doing? Sorry, I can't. My audio is kind of messed up, so just give me one moment.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, at least he says so. I just come in here and do. I don't even ask.
So yeah, they I forget which Elvis song they put it over, but it keeps the cadence of the song that they're emulating, and it changes the lyrics to be something completely different. In this case, I like big butts.
I want to be your teddy bear, I think.
I mean, we could watch it.
Let's show Kitty what we were talking about.
Yeah, do it.
Like big butt and I cannot lie. You are the brother you can't deny. But when the girl walks in with an itty bitty waist stand around painting in your face, you get sprung.
Oh yeah!
It's Don't Be Cruel.
Don't be
It
cruel. There you
sounds
go.
so good. It really does sound good, though, right? It's such a jam.
You know, people don't actually have to sing anymore. With the AI, they could just, forget auto-tuning altogether. They just type in what they want now. So it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's a bit scary.
Jill, you look like you've got an opinion about that sort of thing.
Oh, I think that Elvis doesn't have that many known songs. I think he might have like a solid 8 that people know. It's not like the Beatles. We all know the Beatles. The Beatles are a hit. I was comparing them to other classics. There's just Elvis is like he's a
Elvis has maybe 8 known songs.
If I asked you to name a song from Queen, you would run out of time. But Elvis is like, we know him because of his antics, what he brought. That's all.
Ooh, you kiss your mother with that mouth?
Yes,
do.
I
Maybe what Jill is trying to say is that he's got maybe 8 known songs that were written specifically for him that were not previously performed by other artists.
Well, there's that too, right?
Yeah, he was one of the great white hopefuls that brought soul music to the white generation back in the day.
White people?
Yes. Back in the day, there was this really great music out there: blues music, jazz music, and then there was stuff that the white people listened to, like country and western, and some really mild gospel. It's a pretty harsh take, I understand, but the point is that there were other blues singers that sung the music before other artists made them popular. It's kind of like the guy who tells the joke, and it's a funny joke, but the popular kid tells the joke, and he's the one who gets credit for it. So, there are comedians out there who get credit for the jokes that they've stolen from other younger, more talented artists out there. In the same way, Elvis sung the music more closely to the original composition than, say, Pat Boone did. So if Pat Boone at the time, early 50s, were to do a cover of a song that was written by, say, Lead Belly or one of the other early blues artists, he would
Whiten it up.
He would gentrify it. Is what I was going to say. If it was a neighborhood, it would be gentrified.
Yeah, the term was he would whiten it up.
I thought you said lighten it up. So I was like, okay, that makes he's like lighten it up. Yes.
He would, yeah.
And what Elvis did was more closely adhere to the spirit of the music. And so what they called mixing the country and western with the blues. And so a lot of those early hits were blues hits. They were gospel songs. They were things that other people had sung previously before him. I think Don't Be Cruel was probably written for him because it's got more of that country and western swing aspect to it. But
got it in my head.
Well, you like big butts?
This version, yes.
Oh, I see. It fit well. So, I took a week off. I had a commission to work on, and I got that done. And then we got the comic books in this week. So, we celebrated the birthday of the country.
We still need to organize shipping from.
Yes, I think I fixed that. I think I fixed it.
No.
No, I didn't.
No, I mean, like that would mean a lot more. Okay, we'll figure it out. I'm just saying, that sounds like a mission. That's why I say no. Because we could have solved it. We just
Okay, important question. Did you save a plate for me though?
Did I save a plate for you?
Yes.
No, I sent a bunch of stuff out. We sent out a lot of food, and we still had some leftovers. But it's been about 7 days, so we had to toss what we didn't freeze. So sorry,
I'm sad, but it's fine. It's
but
fine.
we'll have to do a remote show where everybody comes down and I grill a bunch of stuff and we
Grill
just
show.
do a thing. So yeah,
That'll
a grill
be so
show.
cool. Oh my god, I'd enjoy that.
Make sure you grill some baby chickens for Kitty.
Oh, I'll let you pick one out. We got a whole hen house, and you can choose the one that
Oh
you
no!
think is
Don't
the
put that Kitty alive.
Name it first. Name it first, so that way she'll know which one it is when she's eating it.
No, God, that's one thing that will just. Let me be a hypocrite.
Oh, Kitty, how does Sparky? No, so we can go. Hey, Kitty, how does Sparky taste?
I want to introduce you to the goats. So.
Oh, goats are so cute.
But they're so delicious.
I know. Well, they got to be made of food.
They got to be made of food.
Well, I think it's the other way around. Food's got to be made of goat.
No, it's horrible. I don't enjoy my carnivorous nature, but it's there. You have goats too. Goats have they have such soft little noses.
Speaking of carnivores and awkward segues.
Gotta love it.
Jonathan Majors had some fun at least a week ago. He's got
he's got a date with Megan Good. I can imagine how that could be fun.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yeah, Jonathan Majors has got it good, and that ain't bad.
I need my own soundboard.
Oh, it's off to the side. I've been having audio issues. You know, I've been having audio issues, right? I sound weird
I'm like
on
a
one
virus.
screen, and on others I'm muted sounding, and so who knows what's going on. Cole, what's going on with you?
Computer was lagging at the start, so it took 11 minutes to join, but yeah.
That's a long ass time.
Welcome. So Jonathan Majors has got a lot of information that's going to help him hopefully never see the darkness of the inside of a jail again, other than the processing time he went through.
Some people call that information a word that begins with E, evidence.
Yes. Well, it's not evidence until it's introduced into evidence. So
I guess.
It's
legally speaking,
information.
Sure.
It's kind of like it's kind of like being a person of interest. You're not officially charged with anything.
It's kind of like having an I-card, investigation card for the arrest of a woman. It's not exactly a warrant, but police have probable cause to take you in.
Did they have probable cause to take her in?
That's what the article said. And the one who wrote the article, her name's Laura Italiano from Insider, and she confirmed I actually did see it. So we know it exists. Like when they said that they have this evidence that's kind of new, which I'm sure you're going to get to in a second, she confirmed it because she was, and she's a third party. She's just someone who works for a website who gets news out there. And she's like, yeah, it's valid. There actually was a video on the street of Jonathan Major stepping out of the cab, and she's now pulling his coat to where it starts to rip, and he's trying to leave her. He's not the one who's the abuser. She was the aggressor in the whole situation. Not to mention the witness, not to mention the video of her going to the club and her fingers perfectly fine. Not to mention the fact that he was the one who dialed 911 to get the help for her. It's kind of like obvious now, and I can't use the word evidence, I guess, but it's the information provided can't be disputed because it's that strong. There's nothing that the district attorney can bring up to unprove everything I just told you now. And then there's other things I haven't told you yet too, like the police body camera footage. They claim will show you how the cops asked 19 times. The paramedics asked 19 times, "Are you okay?" Or not, "Are you okay?" If the question was, "What happened?" And she says, "I don't know." Each time she doesn't know what happened until she finally, she looks at her finger and she's like, "Whoa, what happened?" Like she just discovered it. So it's not something that happened hours ago. There's a lot of evidence that can't be disputed, So it's concrete, unless she has a twin sister who went to the club or something. It's concrete that he didn't do this. And the mystery is, why is the district attorney continuously adding fire, and we're getting new reports from Rolling Stone, and we're getting new disparaging claims against him, trying to defame his character, when we know he didn't do. Now, what he did 10 years ago, I don't know. What he did on March 25th, he didn't do. There's no evidence to support it. There's only evidence working against it.
So I think probably what we're looking at here is a liability situation. We will continue to do our investigation and double down until there's a point where you will agree to a settlement that will absolve the police department of all liability. And then we'll drop the charges, and you will not be blamed for anything, and no one will be charged with anything, and nobody will be pronounced guilty, and nobody's going to admit to anything. But we can't just drop it now, because now the police department has all kinds of evidence that they are just stonewalling and continuing to move forward. And you've seen this on every different level of politics, of persecutions going on and on and on and on. Sometimes because they know somebody's a bad person, but they don't have the evidence that that person is a bad person. They just know that he's orange. I mean, that he's a bad person.
This is the DA for that.
Yeah, this DA is known for going after high-profile targets and doubling down and not giving up. But again, there's a lot of evidence, like you said, that prove to the contrary, that they are actually persecuting a victim, which is against the law. So in order for them to not be charged with doing something criminally, they have to get Jonathan Majors to settle. And I think that there's a reflection here that probably indicates that the Majors team has not yet been willing to settle with, okay, our bad, let's just forget anything happened and move on with our lives. I don't think they want to let that go. I don't think they want to admit that anything, quite possibly, other than Kitty's hand,
sorry, that's
got in the way.
My husband's.
No, that's okay. I had my fill of sausages over the weekend when I was grilling. So.
Oh, you're depriving us.
Gotta go to OnlyFans for that.
Kitty, your husband has kind of been a part of the shows without being a part of the show. So why are you hiding anything?
I managed to, right? You guys didn't see, right?
I didn't notice it until your hand went up. So maybe it's on stream.
Well, who knows? Who knows? Anyway,
you know, she's planning to put him behind a paywall, I think is what's going to happen.
Yeah, that was a teaser.
So the date,
my marketing strategy here.
Can I talk about the settling thing? I think if this was March 26th, right, they would have settled something. Okay, we didn't know. We just thought the cops arrested you and you were guilty. All right, sorry about that. We'll just drop the charge right here. And I think that the Majors camp would all settle. And it's not until that hearing on May 9th when the woman comes in and all of a sudden, no, it wasn't that I was strangled. It was that put his hands on me. It was in the car. And then the further doubling down and the more evidence you show to the district attorney, and you're showing pictures of you, Jonathan Majors, with your injuries, and you were cut, and you got these photos, you can see the timestamps, and you're still ignoring it, and you're still pursuing it, and there's hit pieces happening, which we know. We don't know, but we know the hit pieces are coordinated. They're all working in on it. The district attorney, the outlets, everybody. Now, yeah, you're right, Rosales. They're not about to settle for some sort of agreement because they actually have enough evidence to get the words not guilty in court. And they want to make everybody look stupid for pursuing them.
I just want it to happen. Okay?
Get ready. August 3rd is the date. I mean, you know, they can always push things back and delay things, and somebody can be sick and they need to delay it a week. You know how things go. We're going to get a delay. But August 3rd is that date that he's talking about with the title of this segment. August 3rd, Tuesday.
But,
yep.
Like, problem
Please go ahead.
the problem I
Thursday.
have with this whole case is this is just a petty woman that couldn't handle being rejected.
Warren, I disagree a little bit. I think she was. I think she was
Sorry,
told.
wrong one.
What?
Oh, I hit
think
the
that
wrong
was
button.
perfect.
Sorry.
That was quite apt.
I think that this woman was like dealing through a breakup. She was trying to get Jonathan Majors back. That's why she texted. It was he knew, no problem. She realized that it's over. And I think this DA corrupted her. Like, yo, listen, when we go after celebrities, usually they just settle. So you're going to get paid. Just come out here and say something. Like, I don't think it's a her versus him thing. And I'm not discrediting other men who go through this with women who are exes and want to lash out at them. I get that it happens. I think this is more of a DA and a system that's against Majors just because he's high profile and they want to be the guys who took him down. And then I also think the cops are racist, but that's like individual. Go ahead. Who blew?
Ooh.
No, the crowd went, ooh. But
It was the not so live studio audience that was.
Oh, that was I heard. It was.
Oh, you didn't know it was. That's what we were hearing.
Well, okay. And thank you for that explanation, Joe. I get that with DA, but again, she has a choice to say, you know what, this isn't gonna work out. Leave. Like that. That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, fair enough. This DA are this. From what you're telling me, they're pretty sleazy. That's how they get their money, by kind of stonewalling people, celebrities, to settle. But Majors is like, no, I'm not gonna settle. So they're like in a pickle and a bind. But I mean, that's the way I look at it. Maybe she is a decent person, but she could have said, you know what, this is petty. I'll just drop the charges and go about my business.
Reminder, she did drop the charges.
He wouldn't show me his phone. I was trying to look at his phone, and he wouldn't show me his phone, and I tried to reach for it, and then he started to slap me and choke me down, and none of that happened. It's not on video, so it really didn't happen that way, but I don't know what was going on, and then the police officer told me I needed to sign this thing, and so he gave me this whole thing I needed to type back into my phone, and I was trying to type it into my phone, and I wasn't able to type it into my phone. It just looked so crazy in my phone. I don't understand what was going on. But now everybody's telling me I need to leave the country.
No, what Warren wants from her is a bit more of a backbone. That's it.
A bit more of a backbone. And she didn't charge him. She dropped her charges. It's the district going after her. And she is accountable. She's going through with it. Now, Rosales mentioned something that maybe slipped you guys' minds. Jonathan Majors on June 21st goes to the same precinct that, is in his Chelsea neighborhood. And then also the precinct that's in Chinatown, which is where everything happened in that limousine, right? Both of the investigators who worked there were like, oh, you know what? All this evidence you just showed us, she is the aggressor here. We are going to arrest her. She fled the country. She's not here anymore. I don't know if she left America on June 20th, on 21st. Maybe the DA was telling her, oh, listen, they're going to come and arrest you. You got to leave. But she's not in the United States anymore. She's back home where she lives in London. That's so like corrupt. If it was actually the DA who told her, race, leave the country, go back to where you're from, because if you were still here, you're going to be arrested. And that's going to look terrible when we try to prove that you're actually the victim on August 3rd. We don't want you to be wearing orange on that day.
That's for the DA, by the way. But for the summary, we have this. Sorry, the clapping goes a little too long. I don't know how to stop it. So. Good morning, Miss 1776.
Good morning.
Have you had your coffee?
Nope.
I see you're wearing a mask. COVID-19 still in the building.
Well, she's in LA, so that's how they drive. Alone with a mask.
Yeah. I remember people like that in South Africa, even.
I just got thrown off. What did I miss? I hear I sounded like a younger Miss 1776.
Oh, yeah. That was the the accuser for Jonathan Majors.
Oh, oh, that voice.
I don't
Is
know
it
what you
awful?
think
Is
you
it-
sound like. If I'm the older one and you sound like me, I don't sound like you at all. I don't know what's going on like that. Don't try to cut me off.
Is that what it sounded
I
like?
think that sounds more like me. That's what I think. But I guess I only know what my voice sounds like inside my own head. So
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what it sounded like. Okay. Sorry, I'm still looking up.
But yeah, what do you think of what's going on with the fact that the Johnny Depp Jonathan Majors accuser slash witness slash star testimony has fled the country.
What? She
Uh,
left? I thought she was like charged or something, wasn't she?
they had enough to charge her, but they didn't.
Oh,
They had enough to investigate her and arrest her, but they didn't. Instead, she was given an opportunity to leave, and she took it.
God.
She fled the country.
Yes, she fled the country.
Well, I mean, that's definitely BS. I mean, it is. It's like, well, that's not right because she's the one who. Why didn't they charge her? She's the one
That is
who.
hilarious. That could be like a movie screenplay right there.
You know, it's probably going to be a novel by the time he makes August 3rd comes.
How is this confusing? She's going to be charged with something, so to avoid being charged, she's leaving the country. It's
Yep.
but she was supposed to have been charged. I think that's the whole thing, is that they wanted to have
okay.
put her in
And
charge.
before she found out, then but if they were going to charge her before, she would have left before.
It's their I guess it's their fault that they let her
Yeah,
go.
why did they let her go?
I'll pull the usual suspects.
Well, it's not
Well,
like she committed a murder that they're gonna, have an.
No.
You don't know.
Are you a feminist? You sound like a feminist right now, Jaded.
Not the F word.
Feminist. If it was a guy, even if it was Jonathan, let's say Jonathan Majors was actually guilty, and then he fled the country back to some other country, I'd be going, well, yeah, he's trying to avoid getting charged.
I think they would have charged him anyway. They should charge her anyway. They charged.
Don't they charge? Can't
Roman
they charge
Polanski when
Yeah.
he fled the country after being.
Yeah,
accused of
if he ever
all kinds
comes
of
back.
salacious things. He
If
has
he
not
ever
come
comes-
back because he owes some. He owes.
No, I mean, I'm saying if the girl ever comes back, she'll immediately be charged and whatever. But
They can charge her in absentia like they did with Roman Polanski, and he got not only charged but convicted, and he owes some jail time whenever he comes back. You know, I don't think that she is American though, Nico. I think she's from
Because
another country.
then the UK
England.
would kick her out. Yeah, the UK would yeet her back. Be like, you guys take her. She's yours.
well, hold
So I
on.
don't-
The United States have extradition with the UK.
Yeah, they do, but I don't think they believe it's going to be worth it. You know, it's not like she's Brittany Griner. We don't want her back that badly.
Nobody's touching that one, huh? Okay, cool.
What?
Was I the only one? Was I the only one?
I don't get it.
No, Brittany Griner's high profile, and there's a lot of reasons politically to retrieve her that make you look good as a party.
Retrieve her.
Retrieve her.
Okay.
That's a good way to put it.
Oh, so I
No,
thought
it's
it was
true.
a
It
joke on
just-
the phone, like the charging the phone. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't get the charging the phone, but
Yeah.
sorry, Andrew, explain to us.
Well, you know, charging her and charging this.
Oh,
and
wow.
Okay.
It's not
I
funny
need a
when you have
wah, wah.
it
maybe you
loses.
need to be a dad to understand
Yeah.
certain jokes.
You're being covered by Frankenstein, Rosadas.
Oh, okay, hold on. To combat Miss 1776 saying it's a feminist statement. See, you have to explain the jokes to
There we
women.
go. Did I fix that? Is that better?
Yeah, there you go. That's
you,
it.
You can
That's
see
better.
me now. Awesome.
Way better.
All right. Let's see. I think I got a better way. How's that? Is that
Doesn't
better?
At it when I agree with you.
Okay,
You-
wait.
you- What did you agree with?
fighting?
Did you,
Oh,
Jaded?
Jaded said that it's not something about explaining jokes to women. I don't know. I still didn't get what he said, but Obviously, I agree with you. You have to explain stuff because we all know women are stupid, right? Haha.
Yes.
Hey, you guys got a
That's
snort.
awesome.
That's good.
That'll keep going as long as she's snorting. There we go.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta be a father to get certain jokes.
I want a characteristic laugh snort thing.
You got to guffaw from the inside so that it
Yeah,
starts to just vibrate the airwaves.
so that you have to pull air straight through, like
Yeah.
It hurts actually after a while. Can you say it's not as
Really?
So August 3rd is when they're going to either push it back, dismiss it.
It's the next updates available August 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
That's when she'll get COVID-19 and she can't appear in court. Sorry, I'm back home still.
She won't be able to travel.
Yeah.
She won't be able to travel because it'll be against the law to travel at some point. You know, she'll have to be isolated for at least 2 weeks in some arbitrary hotel, or they'll send her to a concentration camp in Canada.
Well, you know now they can do what do they call it? Like where you can be on a webcam for your court
Yes.
appearance.
You can do that.
There you go.
That's only tolerated once, and then you have to appear in court.
Okay.
That's what they did with Jonathan Majors. He appeared the first time via webcam, and the judge was going to hold him in contempt if he didn't show up for the second time around. But that's before they had more evidence out on the police and the whole thing. So
this whole
we'll
thing
see what happened
with her neck perfectly fine. That's a strangled woman, everybody. And the back of her ear is cut and her finger is damaged. And the reason why she's wearing Jonathan Majors' clothes isn't because she was half naked drunk and he found her there. It's just because she was forced to dress like him because he wants to smell himself on her. That's why.
Pull that back up. Pull that back up real quick, because I want you to see how the police officer is carefully studying the wounds on her neck.
Yeah.
See it.
Crazy.
Well, it's not like
it would have been like crazy if that happened.
We've got to protect that neck.
Well, it's not like I'm checking out her ass.
Yeah, I don't think he is.
Didn't look like she had one.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't be able to see under that.
He's trying to find it.
He's looking for it. It doesn't mean he's not
You guys are
trying.
awful.
I'm sorry.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
sorry.
I need to see what I'm protecting here. See? Yeah.
God save the queen.
What's on the line here? See? What's on the line? I need to know what's on the line. Let's have a look.
How's your ass doing, man? It's Rosales' fault, okay?
It's my fault. It's my fault. It didn't come out of my mouth. That's hilarious. All right. So we'll pick that back up at the end of the month or beginning of next month. We'll see what happens. Dial of Destiny. That happened. Okay.
Has it happened to who's it happened to? Who's seen it yet?
I refuse. I refuse to see crap movies.
I saw the opening sequence of the film, and there was CGI, Harrison Ford. Okay, I'll go for that. Seen a lot of CGI'd old people. Didn't look like Indiana Jones, but that's all right. It did kind of, but we all know what he looks like. And this is the hard part with de-aging somebody, is that as you get older, case in point, your face gets fatter than it was when you were younger. And so you have a fat-faced Harrison Ford hobbling around because it's an old person, not a stunt person, in the opening sequence. And you can't hide the fact that you're moving with a replaced hip or whatever it is. It didn't quite take me out, but it was on the verge of it. So I kept watching. It's noticeable, and but you know what? A lot of stuff is noticeable these days, and so you keep going, you keep watching, and he's facing off with the Nazis again because you gotta love it. You gotta hate the Nazis. Everybody hates Nazis. We all here hate Nazis.
It's easy.
I love them,
except for
cool.
Except for the South American. There we go.
Disavow. Yeah.
So they hang him by the throat, kicking out his chair, and they're in a church, and then a bomb comes through the roof of the church, hits their floor. He's still hanging by his neck, and he's got his hands around there like this. So I guess it's okay because he's doing this thing, right? It falls 2 more floors and gets to the very bottom where it finally explodes, and he's bouncing around by his neck as the whole
and it's not
thing,
breaking.
whole thing just kind of Nazis are being flung everywhere. Yay, goody, except for Cole. Nazis flung about, the building's collapsing. He's bouncing like one of them air fresheners hanging from your rearview mirror while you're on a bumpy road. And eventually the column that's holding the rope breaks, and he falls to the ground, gets up, and walks away. And that's when I realized that since this happened during the Nazi era, that Indiana Jones perished and was killed by the Nazis, and everything after Raiders is a fever dream or 7 levels of hell in Dante's Inferno and not really happening. And so I couldn't watch the rest of it. So
did you really get up and leave?
Yeah, actually I did. Yeah. I don't stick around. I walked out on Batman Forever. Demanded they gave me my money back. So it's a good thing I didn't pay this time around, but I didn't stick around for the rest of it. No.
Wow.
No. I'm too old. I got stuff on the grill. I can't
I got stuff on the grill.
Can't waste my time. So anybody else see more than the first part of the opening sequence?
Yeah.
In person? Did you watch it at home or did you go to the theaters?
I watched at the theaters, traveled there sadly.
Paid for popcorn, everything.
Look, I'll say my compliments, all right? It was made.
It's a movie, even?
Yeah,
maybe, I don't know. Was it a movie? I don't know. Some people say
it's technically a movie. This is why you don't let women write things.
What?
Was it written by a woman?
James Mangold?
I thought it was. Yeah, didn't know it was written by.
Now, see, I got to push back on Cole. I think he's talking about Kathleen Kennedy. If you were
write it.
And Phoebe Waller-Bridge, she was also the writer.
Don't let them.
Get off the stage.
Don't let them manage stuff.
There we go.
Yeah, that is long.
It is pretty long.
I forgot what I was even going to say. Something about women. Oh, I was going to say Kathleen Kennedy sucks, right? Yeah. I don't like her. I couldn't pay money to see this because I can't come on here be complaining that she shouldn't be the president of Lucasfilm, but then also give her reason and pay for the reason why she's still president of Lucasfilm. I pulled my money. Here you are, Cole, and you're like, oh, I'm just going to give every movie a fair chance.
You didn't let me finish what I was saying. I didn't pay money for it. I had a free ticket, so otherwise I would have just seen it at home.
Somebody needs to do a quick Photoshop of the top of her head and the bottom. Now that I got both of those up here, it's 1776, so we can get a full picture of her.
That weird shit to me just early in the morning.
I do that AI fill in, and then it's like, here's the face reveal, bitches.
It's me off with that MSK crap.
Like they did the Joker for the Batman. They cobbled up the different scenes of it and made a big picture of the facially infected dude. But you were saying
Kathleen Kennedy sucks.
Thank you.
This is true, and I think everybody deserves a chance to fail spectacularly, and I think she's done a tremendous job of doing that. And it's time for her to get her golden parachute or shower, whichever one's appropriate, and move on about her business in destroying other companies. So, because that's what presidents do.
She's finished here now. Like, isn't she out of IPs now? Are we done? She's done with all.
No.
No. Oh God.
She's like a cockroach.
Let's see. Trashed Willow. Trashed National Treasure.
Trash Star Wars.
There's that, and now
Indiana.
Indiana Jones. I think the only thing she hasn't trashed is the Radio City Murders or whatever that was that he did.
There's also the fact that these are expensive reshooted movies. Plus, she always talks to like a director or a producer and then fires them afterwards. And projects are promised and then they're scrapped afterwards. And she ends relationships with people. It's more than just
That
the
was Daisy.
expenses. It's also the sloppy management that is not befitting of the president of Lucasfilm.
Mm-hmm.
So is she out yet?
Nope.
I don't think so. I think only the internet is saying she's out.
She should be though.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We're at 172, and it might not even cross 300 million. It could, but depending on Mission Impossible and what they do,
man, I'm gonna go and see Mission Impossible so hard.
Yeah, they're gonna pull Indiana Jones out of theaters or screenings, I should say, in the theater, just so that they can play more Mission Impossible for viewers.
Here's the thing about theater screenings and why they pull the Flash so quickly. If it's not making the theater money, not making the studio money, it's not going to be worth keeping in the theaters. So what you have is the split is kind of like two slices of pizza that are together, okay, to make a rectangle. The big end at the beginning of the release is going to the studio. As it goes onwards, that slice of their pie starts going more and more to the theaters, which is why you had these long-term plays of movies back in the day. They would just go on forever, months in the theaters. Nowadays, since the studio is no longer making as much money, they are quicker to pull it out of theaters and just screw the movie theaters out of their share of what they should be getting. So, and you're seeing the same thing in streaming. You had a show that was put on and it was made for streaming. It was put on streaming, and now because it looks like they may be closer to settling. This gives me an indication they're closer to settling more towards the writers than the studios during this particular strike. They pulled the movie.
Which movie?
No stream. The movie that I was referencing.
I can go and see
being in streaming.
See Mission Impossible now.
I think it's called Crater.
Okay.
It was made for TV. It was shown on TV, but because of it's not making a whole lot of money, people aren't watching it. They pulled it so that they don't have to pay anybody residuals for something that's not making the money, and that's what they're moving towards these days.
That's good.
So
it's business.
Dial of Destiny will be leaving soon.
So they'll pull it out of theaters
early.
Yeah, they'll pull it out. So unlike Super Mario Bros. And Spider-Verse right now, they came out months ago, but they're keeping it in cinemas because the cinemas themselves are like, yo, the cut that we get from each ticket is large right now. Now, in the first week, Sony was telling us, yeah, you can play Spider-Verse, but we get that early, we get a big cut. But now that we're in week 17 or whatever, maybe not week 17, but like week 10 of these movies, they're like, oh yeah, you guys want to keep our movies in the theaters? That's cool. We already made enough money from it. So yeah, you can sell it and get ticket prices that are like 90% off of the dollar. That's fine. We're because we made our money back. And the longer it's in theaters, the more successful it seems, we win.
But the real question is, why won't they fire this woman? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Who did they replace her with?
Blackmail. Something.
Blackmail. It's gotta be
that
blackmail.
is the biggest thing for me.
Listen,
Maybe you just had too much fun on your conspiracy.
No, let her work on 6 more franchises first.
It's just
how many franchises does Lucas have anyway? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Warren, but I was curious as to how many more franchises does the Lucas Films Limited actually have nowadays? Anybody know?
I mean, they're basically dying. Like I just saw this tweet where this guy, I'll read it. He says, honestly, I didn't think she could pull it off. I didn't think Bob Iger would let her, but here we are 10 years later. She's done it. Kathleen Kennedy has replaced every one of George Lucas's white male protagonists with a brunette woman. And she shows Ray with Han Solo, Ray with what's it
Luke.
called? Luke, Ray, Indiana Jones, and then Willow. Yeah, she's literally done it. Like why do you keep this woman? What is she providing?
Like, it would make sense if, they were just butthurt fans and these things were successful. It's like, no, they were unsuccessful. There is no reason. She's a bad actor in this.
Listen, she needs more chances. Listen, all right, she'll get it eventually. Maybe.
What if she needs a chokehold?
Listen, let her work in Marvel and DC next, and the Alien franchise.
What don't we like?
But seriously,
wait a minute. Wait. You do realize that the Terminator franchise was destroyed. Kathleen Kennedy had nothing to do with it. The Terminator, the Aliens, Terminator. There have been numerous IPs that have been destroyed throughout the years, and you guys suddenly care about Star Wars?
Well, yes, but I mean, that's all we're saying.
Hold on. Indiana Jones was destroyed by Steven Spielberg in the Crystal Skull movie. But apparently it's Kathleen Kennedy who destroyed Indiana Jones.
We couldn't leave it
Kind of, yeah, because
I never thought we'd see the day
we're
where
not
she had
denying.
defended a woman.
Jesus.
Well, I have to
Welcome to Bizarro
defend
World.
the woman because she can't do it herself.
Oh my. That's dated. We're not
there's the
denying.
clip, guys. There's the snort.
This is why feminism has failed, is because you guys need a woman, you guys need a man in charge, and now you would have gotten feminism.
Feminism seems to be
nominated
succeeding,
himself to be in
actually,
charge of
unfortunately.
feminism.
The thing is
You need a
that
guy in charge of feminism.
Okay, you want to be
we've
feminism because you're doing a great job right now.
We've
Yeah,
seen
it's
Kathleen
quite
Kennedy's
shit.
history. I think at this point, it's like, hey, you're not like, okay, Jaded has a point that this franchise's prior have been on the decline for quite some time. But like, how many, like, someone said here, how many chances do you give this lady? Like, at some point, you gotta
What?
kill her.
Okay, hold on. What has she done? Okay, there's the TV.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about she's done other stuff. Willow's not good.
Hey, that's TV shows and there's movies. The Rings of Power sucked. The Rings of Power sucked. The things that Amazon has done. Who's going? Oh, we need the head of Amazon to be fired. We need the head of Netflix to be. People have been bitching about Netflix for years. Nobody's going. Oh,
We actually do call for the firing of.
Well, are you advocating for her to stay?
Everybody,
are you advocating for her to stay?
Me and Bizarro. Me and not like woman. Me and like un-Superman. This is not Bizarro show where things are backwards. Things are forward.
Sorry.
I loved it.
So you want Kathleen Kennedy to stay?
I'm saying the vitriol that is being directed to Kathleen Kennedy is because you don't like her. But the fact that she's screwed up franchises, you think Kathleen Kennedy is the first producer to screw up franchises?
Okay. Let's just break this down, okay? Let's eliminate the sexist factor here. Did you enjoy the Dial of Destiny?
Of course not.
Okay. Did you enjoy the show Willow?
No.
Did you enjoy the reboot of National Treasure?
I didn't see it.
Okay. Did you enjoy
Star Wars?
The Star Wars sequels?
Okay, no, but ask me if I enjoyed the Star Wars prequels. Ask me, hold on. I haven't enjoyed 70% of the MCU movies. So should
Since
Kevin
1988. You haven't enjoyed anything since 1988.
No, I've enjoyed some of the MCU
You haven't even
movies.
enjoyed life.
I've enjoyed parts of it.
No, my point is this. Is that her track record for what she's done with the properties right now, speaking only by what she's done, is not good. Okay, as far as the prequels, they've already gotten rid of the guy who did that. Okay,
Right.
so that's that. He didn't do a good job. They got rid of him. They took his toys and started playing with them themselves, but they didn't
Sold his
play. They didn't do
toys.
anything with it. They haven't
No,
done
no,
anything good with
he
this
didn't get rid of them. He sold it.
because he
sold
couldn't make anything good.
those were profitable movies that resulted in toy sales and that were box office hits, unlike Solo: A Star Wars Story, which was a summer released Star Wars movie to gross $392. That did not profit. The budget over here says it's $275. Why the F was a budget that high for a movie?
Because reshoots, they had to reshoot the whole film.
So if they had to reshoot a film because the producer said, "Oh, we needed to go a different direction," mid-film, or not even mid-film, they were like 70% done the film,
Didn't
right,
have
Cole?
a screenplay.
You sure it wasn't all the extra plastic used for the Rose Tico dolls?
The budget was $275, and it grossed $392, which we know the theaters get a cut of this $392.
I'm not challenging that. I'm just saying is that there have been numerous franchises, numerous producers, numerous people in charge
that deserve to be fired,
and they didn't. Yeah, they deserve to be fired. Okay, but
well, James Cameron did kill the Terminator franchise, and it's his fault that it happened. However, he is making money, and that's the point. He's making money with his continuation of the Avatar series. So he has, if you take him as a creator, and you go apples to apples, he's doing this sort of stair step thing. Kill one, raise another. Whereas Kathleen Kennedy is doing a stair step of going downward, 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 downward.
And yet failing upward, actually, because she continues.
Yeah, Jay, I don't disagree that there's other franchises that have been failing, but these franchises, when you think of the name Indiana Jones, Star Wars, I mean, okay, I like Terminator to a point, but I'm not a big Terminator. Oh, let me get my monologue. Okay, thank you. The point is that, like, when you have these franchises, you're supposed to deliver, and she's not delivering. And if this was any other person, this person would have gotten let go at this point. So
no.
What wants her to put out?
Not even talk about. I'm not talking about like past franchise. I'm talking about now. She's working there now. She's not producing a profit. So and she's had multiple chances. So at this point, you let her go. That is just called business. That's not against Kathleen Kennedy. That's just business, because she's not with the properties she had. If it was in the right director's hands, doesn't matter if it's a woman or a man, they would probably produce better quality. And at this point, she's not producing the quality with the title she's given. End of story. Like, why you keep trying to backtrack and be like, oh, well,
I'm not backtracking on anything. I'm not backtracking on anything.
Yes, you are.
On what? I never
You literally said, oh, the prequel with the term, like, bro, Terminator. Nobody likes the Terminator series though. They're like, it's been known.
You're using Willow as an example. Okay?
I'm using Star Wars.
No, hold on.
I don't care about Willow. Indiana Jones and Star Wars.
That's my point. Nobody cared about Willow. It didn't matter whether Kathleen Kennedy was in charge.
I think you missed part of the point, though. We know all this, but our point was that, they were already kind of damaged or ruined to hell, to the point where people are like, okay, it's impossible to get somehow worse, and she somehow did it with all of them. That's the point.
Okay. So in other words, they already sucked. So people didn't care about them. She comes in, nobody cares about them again, but it's now her fault.
I don't think it said nobody cared about them. I think it's that people do care about them. They just don't like them being. It's I don't know. It's like having a drug addict cousin. You do care. You don't like how it's happening. You don't like the life choices that are being made. And I enjoyed Willow the first time around. I didn't enjoy Willow the second time around. And it's not because I hated Willow in the first place. It's because I didn't like what they were doing. I don't like stories where feminist hero knows all about everything and white man bad. And so, they demonized the character of Mad Margaret again in order to prop up the lesbian daughter, who happened to be a brunette. I didn't point that out. That was the Twitterverse that pointed that out. But I will point out that she is a lesbian all-around hero that hates man and hates everything about everything, and yet she was still made to be the hero of a show that wasn't even named after her. It was named after a side
why was
character
it even
named Willow.
called Willow? Honestly, I mean, we know why, because it was Willow before. But like, honestly,
because they're uncreative.
There, Nico says.
Yeah, like like I said, I don't disagree with you with like there's been other franchises, but like
doesn't take away the fact that she's ruined these.
She's not making profit right now. If you're not making money, guess what? Business they kick your behind. I've got to remember where I am. They kick that booty away, and her booty's not producing. So guess what? Find a different corner because she ain't making money on the streets right now. So she needs to go.
Real life pimp talk.
Andor was an expensive show. The viewership was not high. There's no toy sales that they're generating unless that droid, that little droid that thing is selling. I'm pretty sure that there's no toys coming out of the Andor show that are impressive. There's no Grogu or hit character out of Andor, including Andor. And it was over 200 million. Why? The company is going to realize that she's costing us and we're getting nothing back.
Well, no, she made a lot of money on one toy sale after the trilogy finished.
BB-8?
The suicide pill.
Ooh, yeah. So there's a lot of talk about CGI fatigue.
Okay, so hold on, wait a minute. Rogue One, worldwide box office, $1 billion. Star Wars Episode 8, $1 billion.
Okay. Christmas.
Star Wars Episode 7, $2 billion. Explain to me how these movies are losing money.
This is how they're losing money. When Force Awakens is at $2 billion, and the next outing makes 1.3, and the next outing makes $1 billion.
It only made $1.3 billion.
You asked me how it's losing. So I'm showing you the
it was the most hyped franchise in like the world, and it somehow made $1 million less after the Force Awakens, which was guaranteed to make $2 billion.
A movie making $1 billion, you were trying to tell me, is a failure on her part. A movie making $1 billion.
All right, listen to what else I'm saying to you. The decreasing returns.
Okay.
There's something called Spider-Man No Way Home, which was also a Christmas release, which made $1.9 billion. Then the next year, Avatar The Way of Water makes over $2 billion again. So when I compare it to these other hits, the first one, Force Awakens, made $2 billion. I get it. But when Last Jedi and when Rise of Palpatine don't sniff $2 billion, I go, you see, they're left money on the table because it's been proven that movies can reach $2 billion on a Christmas release, but these two weren't doing it. Just looking at the last 6 years of Christmas, except for the 2020.
So if a movie makes if the first movie makes $1.5 billion, the next movie makes $1 billion, and the next movie makes $900 million, that failure is that franchise is a failure. That franchise is a failure in your mind.
It's declining.
No,
because every movie was declining returns.
Yes.
In your mind, in your logic, in your explanation, you're going, "Oh my God, that franchise is a failure."
But to be fair, Jaden,
he's asking me though. Let me answer, Warren. It's not succeeding. A success would be maintaining your fan base or growing it, and she is decreasing the fan base.
Yeah,
and that's the answer. So she's
all
failing.
Fallen off. Even Mandalorian season 3 now.
So the actual number, the actual profit is irrelevant. The actual profit is irrelevant. She has to match or increase the previous. There are a handful of movies in the history of cinema where the sequels did more than the original. But you're going, that has to be the standard for Star Wars. that the sequels have to make more than the original, when only a handful of those sequels have done that in the history of cinema.
Well, when you're Star Wars, yes, doesn't have to make more, but it has to make at least close enough to it. Like, that is a drastic fall, and like, you're already guaranteed to make at least like $1 billion because it's Star Wars. So they made pretty much like absolutely nothing out of like actual fan love from either of those two films.
I just don't understand your logic. A movie making $1 billion is a failure, and she needs to be fired.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's not just one movie, and we're coming close to an hour right now. So we'll move on to a different subject, but we'll come back to this. Let's come back to this as a Kathleen Kennedy subject, as opposed to a Dial of Destiny, because that's where we started off here. The point is, the movie's trash. And
movie's trash. I'm not going to argue that.
Movie's trash. We can all agree on that. We can agree that she's not doing a good job. We can agree on that, I think. Whether or not she gets fired or not, and she's to blame for all of Western civilization's ills, we'll debate that on a different day. What do you say?
I want to add one more thing, though. I'm not done yet. I wanted to talk
please, go
about
ahead.
the budget for Rise of... Look, Episode 9 of Star Wars, that budget was $275. We know that to market the movie, it was pretty pricey also. When you say a movie made $1 billion, it was $1 billion. The profit margins for this $1 billion are not like it was for a movie like Joker, which the budget was $50 million. These profit margins, they may not have even broken even. I mean, when you consider toy sales, when you consider other things and licensing, I'm sure the movie made profit by the end of it, but barely just broke even by this box office. This $1 billion doesn't mean that the studio got their returns the way that you may think.
The movie cost less than $300 million to make. It made $1 billion at the movie theater.
Yes.
And you are somehow trying to go, oh no, it's a failure. It's a failure.
Well, not the movie box office itself, but her business decisions. Like, say you have say you have two options, all right?
I look at it like this. I look at it like this. The Illumination films are pretty much trash as far as films go. However, they make money. Not always is finance a level of a way of measuring success. Look at McDonald's. We do not judge the quality of their food by the success of how many burgers they sell. However, if you've ever eaten a McRib sandwich, you know what it's like to eat after somebody's vomited. So the point is that she's financial success or not, I don't think she's doing a good job, and that has nothing to do with the fact that she's a woman. But
yeah.
I derailed myself.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, I'm just saying you guys need a better argument than the movie only made $1 billion.
I was just going to say one last thing. Like,
this man has to get the last word in. So
what?
Might as well move on. Not you, Cole.
Listen. I'm not saying it was a box office failure, but yeah, in her role, it was a failure. It was like the equivalent of you have two business options, and you pick one of them and you make $1 billion, but then if you pick the other, then you could have made $50 billion. That's literally what she did. And also, yeah, it's not all about like money or quality. Sometimes it has to be like a bit of both, or maybe you prefer one over the other. But she failed at both.
Name me the most. Okay, I'm not trying to. I'm using it as an example, Cole. I'm not using it to insult the studio. Name me the highest box office growth of any A24 film. What's the highest box office?
I think it was Everything Everywhere, and it's probably like 100 million.
Okay. Now, did it make any profit? How much does it cost to make these movies?
Well, it doesn't cost much, so what's a profit?
Okay. So what I'm saying is that if it doesn't make enough money, then we can go, oh, whoever's in charge of A24 should get fired because these movies aren't successful. These movies should be successful. These are such great. Again, I'm not ribbing it. I'm not being sarcastic.
I mean,
Since they're making
smaller
great
budget
movies,
though, so it is.
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Blumhouse makes a living off of making bad films because
These aren't
they do it under
IP
budget.
films, though. These aren't IP films.
I understand that, but but just because it's an IP doesn't mean that everybody's going to be interested in the IP.
Okay. I'm gonna just say we have gone over an hour, and this is another topic for another day, to be quite honest, because you will definitely blow out our ears. So yes, the CGI feed. Thank you.
So we complained about the, or at least I did, the CGI in the Dial of Destiny, and a lot of people are making complaints that the CGI departments are phoning it in, while other people are complaining, like the companies like Marvel are doing this entire bidding process where they get the lowest bidder to agree to X amount of shots, and then coming back in afterwards and demanding countless changes in the bid that in the lowball bid that they got from them, thereby costing them more money to actually work on these films than they're actually making from the films. And so they're phoning it in and doing the bare minimum that's being asked of them, like you would have seen in Thor: Love and Thunder with the glowy kid head with the orange circle around it. They did what they were asked to do, and they didn't do any more until they got more money to do it after the movie was released. So, is there a fatigue going on? I mean, because back in the day, you had King Kong in stop motion photography, puppeteering, scaring the daylights out of entire audiences, and audiences eating it up. You had movies like Batman Forever, Batman, woohoo, weenie time. So, where the CGI was not always its best, but people loved it anyway. I didn't, but people did. And so, is it that we're getting tired of crappy CGI, or is it that we're getting tired of all CGI all the time? 100% of the time, we can always tell when they're in the volume, and they've got these LED screens behind them instead of sitting in a bar, because they want to do it that way. So, what do you guys think? Is there CGI fatigue, or are we just tired of them telling crappy stories with crappy visual effects?
I think it's a little bit of both, because there are sometimes they'll use CGI and it's like, why did you use CGI for that scene? You didn't really need, you're in a bar. You didn't have to CGI that scene.
You're in an airport.
Yeah, you're in an airport, just build a set. And I think it's the unnecessary use of it. Plus, again, you're used to, the idea is that the technology is supposed to get better, not plateau and then eventually, get lazy with it, because, we went from the special effects from the Scorpion King and, Spawn to what we have today. And then all of a sudden now it's kind of going backwards to like 2010s era types of CGI. So I think it's a combination of both.
I think when we're willing to forgive a lot of really cringy things when there's a good story behind it. So that paired with the sort of stagnating quality, that just it makes it's a whole lot more difficult to forgive. Because there are people like me, and again, like I always represent the normies. We don't mind it being flashy and whatever, but if it look like, we will forgive you for so much. But when you have you have nothing going for you in your movie, then we're gonna pick on your CGI, and we're gonna say why, and also it's going to pull you out of your. Even if this is an okay story, it is going to pull you out of the story. So yeah, it is a bit of both.
Yeah.
Miss 1776.
About CGI?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is it that we are fatigued about?
That they keep doing CGI to be like, oh look at this like crazy stuff we can do on the computer while they like have horrible scripts. I mean,
yeah.
So would you have enjoyed the Scorpion King more if it had a better script?
I didn't watch the Scorpion King.
Oh, yeah, you need to watch it just for that climax.
You have to see Dwayne Johnson's acting.
No. Listen, all right. You have to watch it. You don't even like look up a clip of it. You have to watch the whole film because it'll be worth it.
Is it bad? Is it bad? Yeah, then no, I'm not doing that to myself. Why would I? You guys are the movie reviewers. I don't have to watch crap.
Ending clip, and you just watch Dwayne Johnson's acting range.
I mean, he's in other movies. I know his acting range.
You know,
he
sort
doesn't
of like
have
on
much of a
par
range.
like that Eternals post-credit scene, you know, with the dwarf. It's sort of like on par with that.
I'm not doing it to myself again. That was awful. That Eternals movie was terrible.
I was gonna say, like, is it we just less I was gonna go back to are we just less forgiving because of the bad script? So we notice that, and the CGI is just normal. It's like, no, it has gotten worse. It really has.
I mean, there's an obvious reason why.
Because there's a reason why it's got to do with the quality of the movies incrementally and the amount of work happening at one time.
Shorter deadlines these days, abusing artists in control, making them rework everything, like Life
not
of
actually
Pi.
having a movie.
Like Life of Pi and Sonic the Hedgehog, which put both of those visual effects studios out of business.
They won an Academy Award after they went out of business, and that is
well
a shame.
done. Oh, geez, that's horrible.
And the Sonic the Hedgehog, rework made them go out of business as well. And then also, what was it? Just the way how they utilize it. Again, they try to they think the more budget and higher, newer CGI will automatically makes it better, but it's how to utilize it with the lighting and the scenery and it blending in. But because of these deadlines and such, they don't have enough time to put in that detail, so they don't. And that's why stuff like Lord of the Rings CGI somehow looks better than some of the stuff today.
It still looks good.
Or why the original Jurassic Park still holds up today.
What if overworked people isn't the problem? What if it's just Avatar is hogging all the good CGI people? Mandalorian has.
I was gonna say that we could say that Avatar didn't have the craziest best story, but it actually did have the good effects, and that's why people went to see it. They went to go and see. So where the CGI was good, so this is just looking at the measures of whether we would be CGI fatigued. The whole movie of Avatar is CGI. It's we want to see that. That was the whole point of seeing it, is because it was supposed to be a cinematic marvel or whatever. It had nothing to do with the story. But then so it does make sense. It depends. You have to have. CGI is still on balance pretty shit.
James Gunn is holding them hostage at gunpoint.
And it's also inconsistent because again, you have a movie like Avatar, which is visually beautiful, but then you have the babies in the Flash movie. It's like, how are you having such fluctuations of the CGI? So it's jarring. I guess if it was all on the same level, then it wouldn't be as jarring. But because we're seeing some of the most amazing CGI, at the same time we're seeing such poorly visual CGI. The poorly visual CGI is just more noticeable than otherwise.
How bad CGI is when almost every year at the Oscars, the films they pick for best visual effects are films that have realistically have pretty much zero visual effects in them when you think about it, like Tenet or First Man, because the rest of the CGI films with all that CGI like Ready Player One is obviously that's how sad it's gotten. So they're just picking films with barely any, like Tenet or First Man.
Transformers will win this year, unless Way of Water is eligible. Is it?
You're forgetting Dune's coming out.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Now, but then you have films like the Zodiac by what is that guy's name? He's the David Fincher. Yes, David Fincher is a stickler, so he will do what he can to get the scene that he wants. At one point in time during Fight Club, he had a guy jump down a stairwell, a stunt guy jump down a stairwell 12 times to get the exact feeling that he wanted going down. And eventually he used the first scene, the first take. So he's going to go with the best take. And when he did the Social Network, what he did was he would cut the boardroom in half and film it as many times as he wanted, and then cut the scenes right in there in the boardroom to get the reactions of the people, the individual actors, the way he wanted them. I mean, it's easy to see that when he was doing that to Armie Hammer, because Armie Hammer was playing two people. But when two people were just sitting there across from each other, he would choose from different takes the reactions to do that. So he uses a lot of CGI and a lot of visual effects for everyday things that are done so well to the point where you don't actually know they're going on.
We need CGI for Warren, that's for sure.
Shut the fuck.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things so that like use CGI and so many directors in their films that you wouldn't even like notice. Like you should look at that video of the CG, what parts of Parasite was actually visual effects. Like there was a surprising chunk of that film with the backgrounds and the house that were old CGI.
Yeah, and I'm going to show a clip here real quick just to see if you can pick out where the CGI actually is. Okay, just to give you an idea of either good or bad CGI. You let me know. Hang on one second.
It's going to be.
And we're back. And of course, you know the Bidens are always in the news. And we've got some news going on with the cocaine found at the White House. And of course, they want you to question whether or not Hunter Biden had anything to do with the cocaine in the White House. Well, you know, folks, they are the kings of distraction at the White House. And this is a distraction for some other news that they're trying to prevent. Little is known about this, but there is an Israeli doctor who has information about the Biden family corruption and their connections to the China. Here's a little bit of news I need to read from the legal department that states that this program is for entertainment purposes only, and we are not reporters. I repeat, we do not report news. We don't investigate facts. We are just entertainment for entertainment purposes only. So, back to what we were saying. We were talking about Joe Biden and Hunter Biden at the White House and a very happy celebration of the 4th of July they had, including Jill and the rest of the family. The kids had a great time. We'll be right back after this short break.
You got a first name?
Yeah.
Yep. Maybe that was the wrong clip. Who knows?
Okay, I could tell easily.
That was highly realistic to me.
That CGI was pretty obvious.
Yeah, no. I could tell what was CGI. That was pretty obvious. So look, since he has to pay off his $1 trillion in debt, he clearly doesn't have that expensive gear. So that was CGI. The rest of it, though, I really couldn't tell. That was really him, wasn't it?
Is that supposed to be Dennis Franz in the window?
No, that was Officer Clipart.
Oh.
Officer Clipart.
Yes, Sergeant Royalty Free is who that was.
Kind of looked like the guy from Hill Street Blues. So.
Yeah. Isn't he dead?
I have no idea. I don't keep up with it.
Not even
Okay,
sure
my
what that
dinner's
means.
over.
Did you have a boiled egg?
No, I had a hot dog.
A hot dog? Do you know what's in those hot dogs?
I don't want to know. I'm good.
Well, it's okay. It's a good thing you're not in the United States because they allow for at least 15% of foreign material on the hot dogs here in the United States.
The joke is... Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Don't worry about it.
Oh.
You can definitely tell the hot dogs are CGI.
In regards to the CGI, I think some of these movies just don't even need it. and it's a combination of both, like most of you guys have said. But I think just some movies don't even need it, and it's maybe minimal. I think it's a band-aid when they put CGI in some of these films to hide the bad writing, the bad acting. It's like,
it's like shiny things. Here's some shiny things. Yeah, look here. Look away. Look away. Yeah.
So,
I don't think it's hiding the bad storytelling. It's to compensate, because even as Kitty said, with Avatar 2, it wasn't because the story was really good. It was because of the special effects. So the movies are going, okay, we don't really have a great story, so let's just have fireworks, explosions, the popcorn, the CGI. And that way people go, oh, it's just a popcorn movie. It was just there to have a good time, turn your brain off. So as long as the CGI is good, a lot of the general audience, like Kitty's saying, will forgive it. The problem is that if you're using the CGI to compensate for the fact of a lousy story, then when you have lousy CGI, you're no longer giving the audience the justification to let your movie ride. So it's like, as Warren said, it's like it's to hide the lousy storytelling. Well, if the CGI was good and great, they wouldn't be complaining about the lousy storytelling. They'd be going, well, it's okay. The CGI was great. The action was great. So they're kind of shooting themselves in their foot by doing that.
Actually,
let me just I just want to address this real quick for Bry. Decisions like this aren't made by the creative department; they're made by the accounting department. So it's easier to hire some kid in CG school to rig up an airport in the Unreal Engine and throw them in front of a LED screen than it is to take dozen or so people and equipment and trucks to a location and negotiate with the police and the property there and the insurance people to get a shot of somebody saying the white line is for loading and unloading only. So it's easier to do it, and it's not easier, but financially better.
Well,
for the
initially
studio's
it
part.
was. At the moment, then they just cut corners, and then they've got to then they're changing the movie, so they've got to reshoot it. So initially, that would be the idea, but I'm sure now it has its pitfalls because you're not getting a return on that after.
But Warren had a point. Warren had a point, and then we'll go back to Jade.
No, let Jade go first. It's fine.
No, I wanted to hear Warren's point. I was curious.
I was gonna say, why is it that video game? It was really a question, not a point. So how come the video game studios who use a lot of CGI with lesser unknowns are producing better quality?
I think maybe because they mix in real human beings in films, but in a game, the whole thing is imaginary. So, yeah.
I could get.
There is a passion that people have when they make video games. There's a passion that they have when they make these games. They're passionate about it. And it's not about the money when it comes to video games. It's not about money. It's about the passion.
Never about the money.
Passion in what they do.
Wait a minute.
You can see the passion that they don't have when they make movies.
The money is there, though. A video game costs like $60. They are profitable, so maybe the VFX people aren't saying, the money's not in the movies. The money is in the video game industry, and that's why the results are satisfactory.
You just hate women.
No, they have passion. They have the passion on how to make money, as much money as possible.
Yeah. I don't know. When you asked this question, I was just thinking about that whole fiasco with the Thing 2011.
I'm just waiting for Disney Plus to start introducing microtransactions.
I have an idea for Disney Plus. I don't think you're ready for it.
Wait a minute. Isn't microtransactions just subscribing to the channel?
Oh yeah, if you want to watch this bonus episode.
Yeah, if you want to watch this bonus episode.
Can you imagine if the finale of your favorite show costs $10 You know, you've been watching it all these years.
See, that would have worked. That would have worked for Lost.
Yeah.
Except they didn't have an ending.
Yeah, but you didn't know that until you saw the last episode.
Yeah. Well, it'd be good if there was like a creative mode where, like after we watched Rise of Skywalker, we can remove scenes and add our own.
Creative mode. I'll pay for creative mode. Yes, let's fix it.
I have seen, like, everybody's talking about how great the Spider-Verse animation is. I have seen some of the cutscenes in some of these games. I'm like, why aren't you making movies that look like this? Because some of the cutscenes are just absolutely beautiful.
Have you seen Man of Steel? Everybody says that looks like a video game.
It's the wrong way. Yeah. No, but go on.
No, go, Kitty. Why? Wait, first off, Kitty, why are you copying my background? Why are you taking my background thing?
I've never copied your background. I'm just, missing my cats. So I just needed them to come and say hi. There's 3 of them, by the way.
Yeah, I always have one of that question. Like, for instance, not this Spider-Man game that's coming up, the one that before. I'm like saying to myself, why don't they make that a movie? Because when you combine all the cutscenes, it turns out to be like an hour and like change, right? Am I wrong?
No, there's about a bunch.
Yeah, it's
I'm gonna go and do that for. I'm sure people do it on YouTube and go and see how much those are enjoyed. It's true.
Yeah. Like, there's a bunch of games, like even from like 5 years ago, where they'll literally just paste, copy, edit all of the cutscenes together to actually make like a little mini movie, and it's just absolutely beautiful animation.
So is it more so that the CGI in regular films needs to take a backseat and just have a movie that's just purely, animated?
Well, I mean, if it can work, why not?
Yeah, there's many films that would work better in animation.
Look at the live action. Look at the so-called live action Disney movies that are just pure all CGI, and they're making tons of money.
Yeah, I couldn't stand the fact that they were calling the Lion King a live action remake.
What the hell?
Insulting.
That's why I said live action, because it wasn't.
But I think what we've got here is a couple of different expectations. You have you have popcorn that you're getting out of your microwave and popcorn you're getting at a movie theater, and one of them you're paying more for, and you don't want it to taste exactly the same as the one you paid less for. And so there's a level of expectation that's going on when it comes to the visual effects. So I think I think that's really what it boils down to, right? Meow, is that people are expecting possibly something that they were never promised. When it comes to different films and different movies, the thing is, the promise is a movie. Whether it's good or not, whether it's done well or not, that's never part of the thing. Are you excited to go see the movie? Sure, go and watch it. If you're not excited about the movie, don't go and watch it. Should you share your opinion about it? Absolutely, everybody should share their opinions. I don't think anybody should shut up just because they don't like a film. Chill. Go ahead.
I agree with you. I was just like, yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. Now, for the record, I do actually consider that Lion King film live action, because I don't want it to have any similarity to the animated film. It can go fuck off in its own group.
I can see. Yeah, you could say that if that's why you want to do that. Either way, I just won't allow it. Just lightning round.
God, you have a lightning round.
People have expectations. People have expectations. Warren, last word.
Oh no, lightning round. I'm just happy for the lightning round.
The last word is round.
So we got a lightning round again, ladies and gentlemen. We have
with our music.
I did not get a chance to do one that Cole suggested, so we'll do that next week. But we do have one called One Has
to Go.
In this version of the game, one has to go while the others get to stay. So choose and choose wisely as to which one you think gets to stay while the others have to go. We'll go in order, starting with Chill, Jaded, Kitty, Warren, Cole, and then somebody will have to wake up in 1776.
Leave the woman last.
So here we
Hey,
go.
I'm a woman too. Are you saying you would?
I think he considers you more cat than woman.
Actually, when you said somebody has to nudge Kathleen Kennedy, there's an old joke. Do you want to have breakfast? Yeah. Do you want me to call you or do you want me to nudge you?
That's cool.
See, I got the joke, Jaded. Women can't get the joke.
Okay, well, this is easy, but it's not my turn yet.
Oh, God.
Whoa.
I know who Jaded's going to pick.
Can you make it larger?
Can I make it larger?
One has to go.
One has to go.
That's going to be tough.
Here we go.
Oh, that's hard. That's really hard. Oh, Brad Pitt. Let's go Brad Pitt. Bye.
Brad Pitt
Whoa.
has to go. Jaded?
The problem is there are two on there that I really want to go. I'll have to settle for Leonardo. He has to go.
You didn't say Hanks, really.
I know. I want to say Hanks, but again, there's actually been movies that Tom Hanks has made that I liked, like Burbs, Joe versus the Volcano. There's nothing Leonardo's been in that I've actually liked. So,
You like the Tom Hanks movies nobody else did?
I like Tom Hanks when he did comedies.
Kitty.
Hey, The Burbs was a great movie.
DiCaprio, just because, lately I just haven't enjoyed much. He's a good actor, but I could do without him. That's all.
You're just mad because you're too old to date him now.
Yeah, I am. I guess that's what I am. Yeah. But yeah, DiCaprio out. Who's next?
Who's next? It's Warren. Warren.
This is hard. I was DiCaprio for me. He just
wow.
just doesn't have it anymore, and he's just dating 19-year-olds after they.
That's him. That's his personality.
I mean,
it's like opening a bag of chips and eating the first few chips, and then moving on to a new bag.
I was gonna say Brad Pitt, but I have to pick DiCaprio first over Brad Pitt.
You got to remember, DiCaprio peaked when it was on Growing Pains. So, I mean, come on.
A lot of them peaked on Growing Pains. Cole, where you at?
I mean, this isn't really specifics. I mean, it could just mean in general with their whole careers, not now. But even then, I mean...
All right, for Brad you, let's get specific. Let's get specific just for Cole. One of them has to go to jail.
Oh my God. Okay, well, listen. Brad Pitt, Leonardo, amazing actors, all right? And Leonardo does still have it, and Brad Pitt hates his wife, so that's a bonus. Tom Hanks is overrated, but he's still good, has done some good things. Keanu is a garbage actor. Great person, was in good films, but garbage actor, so him. How's you got your guys' choices is just blown my mind.
Miss 1776, who are you, who has to go?
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt has to go.
Good choice.
Well, it seems that the comment section agrees with Cole, because Bryce says Reeves, Big Brell says love Reeves, but he's out, and Walter S says Reeves. So they all think Keanu Reeves needs to go.
Okay, real fans call him Keanu, not Reeves.
Well, yeah, they want him out, so they're not fans.
Yeah.
One's got to go. We got Minute Maid Fruit Punch, Kool-Aid Cherry, Capri Sun, or Tropicana.
Kool-Aid. Why does it take work? I want to do something that's already complete.
That's a good point.
No, the Kool-Aid's a drink box.
Is it? Oh, it is. You're right. Okay, let's just go by taste.
If it's made.
Man, I forget what Capri Sun tastes like.
Oh my god.
But just the feeling of it, and you stick the straw inside. That's a cool feeling, right? Minute Maid is pretty bland. I'll Minute Maid. You lose.
There you go. Minute Maid's gone. Jaded.
Oh, Kool-Aid.
Kitty.
Tropicana can get in the sea.
That must mean something horrible.
Yeah, just it's no. You can. They're out.
That being in the desert, I guess water is dangerous. Get in the sea, Warren.
I mean, if I had my opinion, 3 of these would go, but I would say the worst is Capri Sun.
There you go.
Oh god.
Cole, what's going on in South America as far as casual beverages?
Well, these ones here kind of all suck. Also, if MSK was here right now, he would somehow make this a racist joke. But anyway, they're all not too great. Although I don't mind Tropicana. There are some good Kool-Aid, so I won't go with that. The other 2 make me throw up. But Capri Sun is at least a good idea, so I'll go with Minute Maid.
Good.
There you
As
go.
long as you stay away from Capri Sun.
76.
Capri Sun. Sorry, Kitty.
Go! You're not friends anymore.
Excellent choice.
Wait, Kitty, I would have not voted Capri Sun, but I recently had one. I'm like, oh, this is awful. Why did I like these when I was a kid?
But you know what? It looks like Jaded one.
Because we got Bry saying Kool-Aid, Big Brell saying Kool-Aid, Andrew says Kool-Aid, Walter says Tropicana, Tony says Capri Sun tastes like water.
Well, that's
Big
good.
Brell says
like
I
that.
haven't drank Kool-Aid in years, and Big Brell says I'm a 76.
Hi, Big Bro. How you doing? It's been a while since, someone got their channel yeeted.
All right.
Uh-oh.
One has to go. One has to go.
Oh, this is so obvious.
Yeah, it is obvious.
We all know what Jaded's picking.
Jill?
Yo, I know the name of Daffy. I know the name of Goofy and Pluto. That woman on the left needs to go.
Daisy?
Daisy?
Daisy, that's her name, right? Yeah, Daisy. Look, Pluto doesn't even talk, but Daisy's got to go.
Pluto's the only animal on a leash.
Yeah, and everybody else is still an animal, guys.
Jaded, who are you losing?
Oh, the chick.
Kathleen Kennedy has to go. Okay, Kitty.
I would also say Daisy, although my
Daisy
Daisy is
can
not going anywhere.
Yes,
Warren.
exactly.
Warren, who are you eating?
Pluto, he doesn't do anything.
What the fuck?
He's an animal.
Damn.
Cole,
Yeah,
who are you
and
I'm sorry, go ahead, Jaded. You were going to say something?
I was just going to say, and why is Daphne not wearing pants?
Yeah.
He's a person of interest in a lot of different things.
Yeah,
Cole.
so what is that pose Pluto's doing?
Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop.
Mickey's behind him.
Yep. Well, anyway, so you got 3 iconic characters, especially Pluto, and then you have this newer random garbage character who's the most annoying thing ever with an ear rape voice. So yeah, it's pretty obvious. The one on the left.
Miss 1776.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Pluto. He's got to go. Sorry.
Aw,
Bunch of
but
dog
he's a
haters
good
here.
boy.
I know, and I love dogs, but he's got to go.
You
I
would eat
can't do
dog
that to my
soup.
little niece. My niece loves Daisy.
So we got Tony says Daisy. Rye says Daisy.
Nice.
Or no, he was just pointing out Daisy because there he says Donald. Nico calls
it
us
is
all
Donald
sexist.
Duck. I said
Yes,
Daffy
thank
Duck.
you.
I didn't even hear that.
And we got more flirting going on here. And then we have I want to pick Donald or Goofy, but I don't want to be banned for hating characters with a speech impediment. or are mentally
Well,
challenged.
all 4 of them are. So
all 3 of them, they all have speech impediments. Other than
Yeah, and I think we would all get banned for bickering with each other. Literally, it says literally choose a dog over a woman.
Yeah, because one's actually faithful.
Yeah.
Whoa, hey now.
Yeah.
And Gray Poupée wants to know how that works. That Pluto and Goofy are both dogs.
Yeah, well, somehow the bitches are less bitches than the females, so.
Woo! I didn't know that. Goofy's a wolf. I had no idea. Golly! So, I've just noticed that they really didn't bother with Pluto's ears. That's weird. All right. One gotta go. We got Denzel Washington. We got
Again?
Leo again. We got Anthony Hopkins and another Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt.
This one's tough.
You are not making it for the second time. You are dismissed.
Jaded.
I just wish Anzo was here, so that way I can say the black guy's gotta go. That had to be Leonardo again.
Kitty?
Yeah, I'm also on Leonardo. Bye.
Warren.
I'm gonna go with Brad Pitt here just to kick him out for now. Yeah.
Aww.
A24, who's not making the audition?
Yeah, well, this is actually tough now since all 4 are amazing, but I think this is easily throughout their entire careers, and right now especially, Brad Pitt's the weakest. He's honestly a better producer than actor.
I'm not putting Brad Pitt in the same category as Anthony Hopkins. Sorry.
Yeah, all 3 of them are better to me, definitely.
Yeah.
My God, and he also I'll never forgive him for stealing that supporting actor Oscar in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood over Willem Dafoe. So screw him for that.
It's 1776.
Brad Pitt. He's got to go.
Brad Pitt. Bry goes with Brad Pitt. Andrew goes with Brad Pitt. Walter goes with Brad Pitt. Nico goes with Brad Pitt. Miss 1776 goes with Walter. And Big Brell says Brad Pitt. Kitty says leave Pitt alone. Big Brell says sup, Walter. They're paying attention to themselves. At least we weren't sexist and racist.
Look what Grace
Hey,
said.
Brell, long time no see. What did Bray say?
See ya, Hopkins.
See ya, Bray. See ya.
Wow.
You are high.
Yeah.
Wow.
Watch more movies.
Yeah,
Watch
listen.
movies.
The father blows out any performance the rest of them have done. You are high.
And I didn't even like the one of these most known for the one was the video clip.
I loved Anthony Hopkins in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. One's got to go.
Interesting.
2 have to go.
Oh, 2 have to go. 2 have to go. Yeah, that's a bigger choice. We got pizza, ice cream, fries, cookies, chips, cake, chocolate, cheeseburger, soda, everything on my do not disturb diabetic list. What has to go?
I've been disappointed by fries enough, so that's going to be one of mine's. And, okay, it's not cookies or chips or cake or chocolate or cheeseburger. Soda, I feel you get so much sugar, like a high percentage of it, that is not worth it. As opposed to, like, the cake, the sugary benefits of what cake gets me per bite, the lasting effects of it. So soda, because of your inefficient sugariness, you get to go. Fries and soda.
Jaded?
Well, since I don't drink soda anyway, that's a no-brainer. But everything else, the tough one is between chips and fries because I don't really like either one of those. But I'll have to say soda and chips.
Soda and chips. Snack time is out for Jaded. Kitty.
So soda I can do without because I'm just wine and water mostly, so it doesn't really matter. But with fries and chips, right? I was between the fries and chips as well.
Yeah.
And chips, there's so many varieties of chips that I just wouldn't want to leave out. Whereas fries, you're leaving out fries. It's just fries. So yeah, I'm also doing fries and soda. They can go.
Yeah, going with what Kitty says, I can take onion rings over fries too. So yeah, chips. Yeah.
Warren, where are you at?
So soda, I'm keeping actually because there's a lot of different flavors, and there are actually some healthy sodas out there. Believe it or not, there are. What are you talking about? This carbonate.
They got probiotics made with kombucha. They call themselves soda because they feel a little bit carbonated. They're just
I love
fermented.
kombucha. They're great. I love kombucha. So, but if we're talking, well, yeah, because kombucha. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to get rid of. Man, this is really tough for me. I'm gonna say fries, and this is really tough. Cookies, fries, and cookies.
Wow, cookies, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, if you leave your cake for long enough, it'll become a cookie, I suppose.
Oh, there's that. Yeah. Cole, what's not available in South America?
Well, pretty much everything. No, I'm gonna break the rules and pretend like the cake is ice cream cake and the cheeseburger is a Beyond Burger. Okay, there. I would definitely get rid of soda. There's some that are fine, definitely, and I like root beer and higher brand sodas and Jones Soda. But for the most part, yeah, definitely think it's overrated as hell, and I lived majority of my life without it, still do. So definitely that. After that, honestly, everything here you can eat however as much and not get sick of it or amazing, as long as you get amazing versions of it. Besides one thing, actually, I do not like chocolate as much. I rarely eat it. It just makes me feel like shit. It's not that tasteful, in my opinion. There's even the higher brand stuff, and you could easily get sick of it. I prefer like fruit over it. Now, chocolate in certain other things like ice cream and stuff, sure, but on its own, no. So yeah.
What was the point with talking about the ice cream cake and Beyond Burger if you choose either of those items?
Because I don't eat meat, so I'm just gonna pretend it's Beyond Burger. And
okay, I got you.
So that it's still a choice, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what was it? Chocolate? And
chocolate and soda. Yeah.
Racist.
What?
Because they're both dark.
I'm getting rid of chips and cake.
Chips and cake.
You don't like cake?
Let's see.
No, I just don't. I don't know,
well,
just
cake is not pie, I suppose. So that's fine.
It doesn't necessarily have to be a birthday cake.
Cream.
It doesn't have to be a birthday cake. I know after a certain age, you stop wanting to see birthdays. So
yeah.
Ice cream cake for the win.
No, I'm saying I'm including ice cream cake and ice cream. So
okay then. Yeah. Now that makes a little more sense.
So Andrew says cake. Bryce says chocolate cake and chocolate.
W.
Tony says bye-bye soda.
W.
Yep. Walter says soda has to go. I'm a pop man.
Okay.
Jesus.
There we go. You can get a diet soda.
Don't care.
Chips and Coke, you will be missed. Fries and cookies. I need a soda to wash down that fat and grease. Who would ever remove a soda?
People
who removes cookies? Stuff. You guys are psychopaths.
Yeah, without cookies?
Yeah, our soda's only drinks for you.
Without cookies, you wouldn't have one of the most iconic Sesame Street characters ever. So
and you wouldn't have weed cookies.
I think Cookie Monster would go for something else. He's got a very addictive personality, so he could easily be Coke Monster. And I mean the soda. No birthdays. Cake. Travesty.
Well,
Healthy
also, you
sodas
wouldn't have
like
gotten
Tab.
you wouldn't have also gotten the cookies and cream podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't anymore, but
We don't anymore.
Let's see. Soda and chips can go.
Wow, I'm surprised a lot of people.
Wait, I can get rid of that abomination. If I get rid of soda, I can pick soda twice.
Pepsi and Coke.
Coke and Pepsi.
you can get rid of tab twice if you.
Only sociopaths don't like chocolate. Chocolate's horrible.
Oh yeah.
Chocolate is amazing. Yeah.
Fruit is literally more tasteful than chocolate. Chocolate tastes like shit after like 3 bites.
Veggie Monster. Soda equals water, or soda's greater than water or juice. Look at that.
Hell no.
The Cookie Monster is why I don't like cookies. He taught me the dangers of cookie addiction. Man, somebody learned something from Sesame Street. That's awesome. One has to go.
I learned a lot from Oscar Crouch.
Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, Captain America.
Ooh.
One has to go.
Oh, people are gonna hate my choice.
Captain America, stupid ass country.
Jaden.
Superman.
Just dead silence.
Captain America. Yeah, he's just the least cool.
Bunch of comedies.
Warren.
Oh, Batman. He's just too good. I'm sorry. He can't die. He fell from space the other day and lived. Come on. Nah, get rid of that. I'm sorry.
Cole?
Captain America, but it's between him or Superman for me. Definitely not the other two.
Amazing. Miss 1776, will you respect America, or are you going to get rid of Captain America too?
Why would I get rid of Captain America after I just called everyone else a commie here who didn't? I'm going with Batman. He's out.
Ooh.
Batman's out. Ooh.
You guys notice how even though Spider-Man and Cap are there, we're not for 1 second thinking of Miles Morales or Sam Wilson because we know these identities belong to the guys that they belong to.
Yeah.
Miles who?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, I just know Falcon. That's all.
Burrell says this is hard. Captain America.
Cap, yeah.
There we go. I love Cap, but he out. Superman.
Whoa.
I can't understand people getting rid of Superman, but maybe it's just because of my Henry Cavill ideal in my head.
I mean, they're all good, but I think him and Captain America are just the weakest, though. But they're all good.
I mean, you can't really write Superman. He's just so amazing. Like, there's nothing. You just can't write Superman stories.
Because he's too powerful. Is that what you mean?
He's too powerful. Yeah. You can't write engaging stories about Superman.
Yeah, that's why they didn't do it for like 30 years.
I knew that was coming. Hold
on, you mean in the movies, not in the comics?
Oh, can I pick 2 for this?
Same. We got it. I don't know if it's Tiffany or Melissa.
One has to go. Pick
definitely
your
the women, though.
Pick your purgatory.
Bro, who do I keep? Oh. What's Melissa McCarthy been in that I liked? That I was like, she's in here.
Spy, Bridesmaids.
Man,
The Little Mermaid.
No, I didn't watch that movie, so I can't vote for that one. I'm gonna not let real life seep in, so I won't get mad at Tiffany Haddish. I will vote Melissa McCarthy.
Jaded? Which one are you kicking out?
Okay, I have to say this because it's gonna piss off Cole. I can't get rid of Melissa McCarthy because she was in the only Heat movie I actually liked. So it has to be Tiffany Haddish.
Well, no, actually, I did not mind that Heat movie, actually. But to say that's the only one you liked...
Oh, I did not like the other one at all.
Then.
But Jada Fanboy, what about Thor Love and Thunder, where she played Hela in the play?
Oh my god.
Yeah, what about it?
You gotta give her points for that. Give her the respect she deserves and vote her out.
I'm sorry, it's going to be Tiffany Haddish.
Oh.
Kitty, who are you going with?
Yeah, I had to look up Tiffany Haddish, so that's the one.
Warren? Warren's keeping them all.
Hello?
We
Okay.
see you light. You turn on your light, Warren, but we can't hear you.
Well, his lips aren't moving either. So maybe he...
There he is.
Oh, it's my turn?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who are
Oh
you
yeah,
gonna
you were
get rid
listening
of?
to something else.
my
He had
bad.
another YouTube video open. I know what you're doing.
No.
Come on, MSK, turn that porn off.
It was no, that's not what it was. I don't even. Only people I recognize is Eddie Murphy and Jim Carrey, and they're kind of not relevant for the last 7 years, 10 years, and I have no idea who Melissa McCarthy
The Sonic movie.
Oh yeah, that's true. I don't know who Tiffany Haddish is, so she'll just have to go.
A garbage comedic actress.
Okay, yeah. So I guess Tiffany Haddish.
Whoa. That's redundant. That's redundant, Cole. A trash female comedian.
Because women can't be comedians.
Yeah, Tiffany Haddish. It's the final answer.
Cole, which woman you getting rid of?
Yeah, well, I'm glad you clarified that because I'm just going to pretend like you didn't put the other two on there. Yeah, I mean, they're both pretty terrible for the most part, but you know what? Melissa McCarthy has been competent in some films, like Can You Ever Forgive Me, The Heat, Spy, and Bridesmaid, mainly those four.
Yeah.
Tiffany Haddish has definitely been in a lot of good films and, you know, a better filmography than her because she somehow gets
at least one bad one.
Yeah, well, she definitely gets cast in a lot of good films somehow. But she is garbage and Oldham, and Drake's down the entire film is always the worst part of them. I've always hated her, even before all that personal stuff about her came out. I just wanted her to disappear, and I'm glad she slowly is now. So, yeah, Tiffany Haddish.
76?
I don't know who Tiffany Haddish is, so I guess I'm going to go with her.
You won't need to know. It's okay.
By all means, look it up. We'll wait.
No, she plays the same character in every movie.
No, she did this amazing short film with this child. You should look it up.
You really can't blame her for playing herself in a role because that's the same kind of thing that De Niro does. De Niro is always De Niro.
Yeah,
and,
you know, maybe she should go back to being homeless.
That's one style of acting that actually I was trained in doing that when I was in acting classes to be yourself but on 11. You know, sort of like what wrestlers are taught. You know, be yourself just on 11. So, Andrew picks McCarthy. Walter picks Haddish. Nico. Let's complete the trifecta of sexism, racism, and fat phobia.
Read Walter's comments again. It went over your head, Rosales. He said, Melanie McHaddish. He combined the names.
Oh, yes, that did go over my head. Yes. Could have had my reading glasses on.
Come on.
Now Alfonso is here to say to get rid of all No, Jaden wants Oldham gone.
No,
I think
he's looking for D, all of the above.
No, not New Jack City was really good.
Look at their career launching capabilities.
So one gotta go.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure I know what those two films at the bottom are, but can you say them since there's no title, just so I don't case?
C and D. What are C and D?
Yeah.
Nobody.
You know?
Just nobody.
Not even the person who posted them.
Rosales.
Yes.
Anybody here?
Everyone's just saying. Okay.
I'll try to.
Are we all just doing Google image search?
Okay, people in the chat who are picking C and D, what movies are C and D?
I'm going to image search.
Like, is one of them fresh? Is that like a poster fresh? I'm pretty sure I've watched all of them. I just don't remember the posters of the two at the bottom. Is one of them City of Men or something like what? I don't.
No, it's not City of Men. City of Men is that sci-fi. 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 City of Men is that
Okay, well, I'm trying to. Maybe one of them's Menace to Society or something.
No, Menace to Society. Oh no.
Oh right, it's Pain in Full. One of them. That the one on the left, and then the one on the right. Let's try to look for it. Damn. Where
Paid
are
in
you?
full, yes, and then it's
Is
just
Juice at the bottom right?
Tupac, old school.
Oh, so
It's
is that
Tupac.
Juice or something?
It's just got Tupac on it. That's all it's giving me.
Oh, so is that Poetic Justice or Juice or like?
Oh, maybe it is Poetic Justice. You're right. I was like, Tupac movie. He did Juice, didn't he? I don't know.
It says Juice movie. This thing here keeps saying Juice movie.
Juice.
Alright.
Okay.
Let's just check here.
I know which one's gotta go after thinking about this.
25th anniversary for the it's Juice.
No, you see, Paid in Full had Cameron wearing pink, and that's cool. So we're not voting for that. New Jack City launched careers. Yeah, Jada's like, yeah. Jada, Boys in the Hood. I think that's the first of this genre, and Regina King was in it, as well as Cuba Gooding, and it started Ice Cube's career. Come on now. Morris Chestnut was in here also, right? Lawrence Fishburne, Angela Bassett. There's no way we're voting Boys in the Hood. Tupac. I mean, who knows what could have started, but it didn't happen. I'm just saying. Like, you know.
I love that's how you're decided. The guy who got shot. We're voting out that one.
I'm sure Biggie Smalls isn't too disappointed.
Yes. D. Juice, which I'm not even sure if it's not Poetic Justice now that I think of it.
Yeah,
I'll give you this link here to show why it's Juice.
Okay.
But yeah.
Juice.
Hello, Jaded. Jaden has.
D. D can go. I was never a fan of Tupac as much as everybody else was.
What?
I was more of a Biggie Smalls fan.
The reason that I would go for C is because of just the superimposition of that gun thing. The way that's looking is just no. It's not a good no. Do you see how it is? How Photoshop? How badly it's put on top of there? I don't.
So the movie's gotta go.
Yes. Because yes.
Oh my god. This is a woman's logic, ladies and gentlemen.
No, it is not. This is a kiddie's logic. That's me. Don't be putting all of women on me.
But the one in New Jack City looks fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Just the first thing I saw was that flipping gun. I was like, dude.
How do you get a what is that? The thing around his neck? What do you call that? That hangs off of the necklace, the charm, whatever that's called. What's it? I'm sorry. Anyway, how do you get one of those? Yeah, how do you get that in the shape of Popeye's tattoo? Get a little anchor in there.
Yeah, I'm sure you could get one.
Warren, what are you getting rid
of? So this might be unpopular, but Boys in the Hood, because when I look back at that, I'm like, how are these people in high school when they're talking about this stuff? Like, when I watch this film again, like, these are grown ass men playing like these roles. Like, what the hell? Like, how is this believable? But
there is a tradition of grown ass men playing teenagers in movies. Since movies began.
It's before we started exploiting the kids.
It's a good like, these are all good, but like just that would I'm sorry, Boys in the Hood gotta go. Good movie, but like, it's like, look at that. He literally has a full grown beard. Ice Cube in high school. Like, come on now.
Well,
like,
it's better than my critique, so there you go. It makes more sense.
But yeah, Boys in the Hood, final answer.
Cole, which one are you segregating?
Segregating.
Jaden, what did you pick again? Did you pick D?
Only because I don't like. Again, they're all good movies. Again, there's nothing wrong with juice. I'm just saying you're making me to pick.
Okay.
I have to pick something superficial.
Well, so I can't believe there's only one person who picked the right answer and they didn't even see the film. Okay. Yeah, again, all these are good films, but 3 of these are great with amazing acting and stories just on another level, considered classics, and Paid in Full, kind of forgotten, not that special, a bit generic at parts. I don't understand how this is so hard and why nobody's been picking it. It's Paid in Full.
I got it right.
I don't remember.
1776, grab a dart and throw it at the board.
I'm gonna go with C and D because they didn't have names on their thing. So
So you're voting against Tupac?
But Andrew,
I'm voting against the letters C and D, not what movies they're attached to.
Oh, you're jealous of those numbers, I see.
Letters.
I wish you had those numbers. But no, I mean,
I botched your joke. It was letters, not numbers. If you said letters, it would have been funny, but you botched it with numbers. You're supposed to be smarter. You're a man.
If you were to stand side by side in a 6th grade picture with Ice Cube and you in 6th grade, you'd be like, "This is a grown ass man." Like, come on, man. Even with you growing your scruff at that time, come on, man.
I did. When I was in high school, I didn't think teenagers looked like grown-ups. But now that I'm driving my kids to school and I'm dropping one of them off at high school, they all look like grown men and women pretending. They look like narcs. They look like they're all spying for the cops, So that's what it's like. So
that's a good conspiracy.
Anyway, that's our show for the day. Any last thoughts?
Not enough sexism.
Hey, I tried. What do you want from me?
You didn't try hard enough, and you're supposed to be a man.
I'm pretty sure I did say letters, but okay.
I am still reeling over the ridiculous basis behind why you picked the movies. Kitty's going because I didn't like the gun, and 76 is going, I don't like C and D.
I smell Heaven's Bakery cooking up something good for you, sister.
It's like, this is, I go, you vote. You vote. What do you base your voting on? I like the sideburns.
See, nobody cares. Nice hat.
Poor Jaded, we broke him.
No, the problem is this is expected. That's the thing.
Yeah, you should know better.
Yeah, then why are you shocked?
I'm not shocked. I'm laughing at it.
See,
had
women
hope
can make men.
somewhere.
See, women make good comedians then.
Some woman gave him hope somewhere.
Yeah, my mom.
I reject your reality and I substitute my own.
Man, this is a win. This is a win, Kitty. Did you catch that? Because we made him laugh, and he said women weren't funny. We just made him laugh.
When you said that first, I was thinking to counter it, but I can't think of a famous women's comedian who I like. Like, not Ellen.
You serious?
I'm serious.
Women be womening. That's what Nico says. Women be womening. Anyway, guys, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Thanks for everybody showing up in the comments. If you're watching this on replay, God bless you. Monique.
Yeah.
Monique, is she
all right.
funny? Yeah, she's all right. She did good for a while. She did good. Yeah.
Yeah, for like a whole 3 years.
Yes. They gave her an opportunity, and she made the best of it. God bless her. But that's going to be our show for now. We'll come back again next week. We won't be taking another week off for a little good while, and we'll have another lightning round. We've got a couple. We got a couple lined up, so we'll have more topics, more lightning round, more people.
Woo.
Look at those guns!
Wow.
Look at those guns right there. Didn't realize we didn't have tickets. We had tickets to the gun show.
Gun show over here.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes. Bukatsu.
I love that.
Why does that remind me of Warren so much?
Wow.
Make sure to watch Kizazimoto Generation Fire, everybody. It's for 10-minute shorts that are not going to continue anywhere. It's not going to be... Yeah, anywhere. It's not going to go anywhere. They're not going to be like, oh, this was such a hit that we're going to make a full show out of this. That's not coming. It's just, look, we're not racist, so here's some Africa.
Goodness gracious me.
Nope.
My final thing is that
yes,
Nick Fury likes aliens booty.
Oh yes.
He likes that.
Spoiler alert. Thank you.
What did you say?
He said, once you go scroll, it never gets dull.
Hey!
Oh, you kiss your mother with that mouth?
Kitty, what have you got going on this week? What are you diagramming?
I have to finish what I started last week, which was it was the very horrible Pearly Things diagram with Pearly Things and Ethan Klein. Really, it's not fun, but we'll finish it. And I was going to play video games tonight, but I don't know if I'm gonna maybe just go and finish Vinland Saga instead. So I don't know. We'll see. Convince me. I don't know. Yeah, but that's about it. Then we're gonna have another Thinkers on Thursday. So
well, there you go.
We'll figure out what that's about. Thanks.
Cole, what movie are you going to see in a cold, lonely theater all by yourself?
An A24 film.
Yeah, probably the newest A24 film. Let's see.
He's going to see it by himself in an empty theater. What else?
Yeah, probably the Oppenheimer film. Yeah.
Yeah, Oppenheimer.
Yep, and every other. I mean, I love how you ask that specific question instead of what film I'm going to see that week, because I see literally everything. So.
Well, there you go. I was going to ask Miss 1776 who she's going to have on her show this afternoon, but apparently she had to go prepare for it. And
her laptop Wi-Fi went out.
Oh, well, there you go.
Wi-Fi went out on laptop.
There you go. That happens sometimes on laptop and Wi-Fi. Warren, what's going on this week for you?
This week for me, I will be playing some League, and I will be away this week, I believe. Yeah, I'll be going to Pennsylvania for a bowling trip.
Bowling?
Yeah. With my father. So, that's all.
Well, congratulations. It's his first meeting?
What? First meeting. You're funny. No, I know my dad. Unlike someone else that has trying to find his dad for the last 4 years.
Yeah, you don't know for sure.
But, yeah.
That's a Bernie Mac joke. That's a Bernie Mac joke right there. I can't take credit for that.
League. The European League playoffs start next week, so I have to watch that. So and be ahead, like know what's going on rather. So yeah, not much else is going on. That's it.
So no show for you, Miss 1776.
And no show today. I have a couple shows coming up this week though.
Oh, okay. You want to tell everybody about it or no?
Friday, I think is I'm gonna do we're gonna talk about freedom of speech with his link. And then I think Saturday is going to be another conspiracy stream, and Sunday's going to be the lady stream. There we go.
Oh, yeah, conspiracy stream. I've read all kinds of things about that.
Which is funny because I'm actually rewatching X-Files right now.
Nice.
All right, well let's end this show on a happy note, guys, and we will hopefully, if you're available, see you next week. If not, we're glad to have you when you're here.
Move, bitch, get out the way. Get out the way, bitch, get out the way. Move, bitch, get out the way. Get out the way, bitch, get out the way.